All right, let's take a look at this guy. He's a strong thrower. Probably done a lot of Greco-Roman. Once you once you discover this, especially after the first time you've been tossed, as we discussed, it's not your game plan. You're not a big thrower. You like leg attacks more. So don't overthink this situation. Don't give him the tie-ups. Okay. He loves when you come in here and give him this tie-up right here. That overhook he has with his right arm, he wants that. He wants you to have that deep underhook. All right, he's going to step in, rotate to his right, and toss you every time you get that deep underhook. Right here, he's in. Right here, you don't know it, but he's in the position he wants to be in. He's going to step in and he's going to lateral drop you to the right. Okay. You give him a little bit of pressure, and he's going to do it. Okay. So you have to be balanced. You have to be centered. And when you feel him go for it, the counter is simple. It's really simple. You just sit down. You just drop your butt down and back, and you just sit right on top of him. Okay. And then just spread your feet, dig your toes in, hip down. Don't don't let him roll you. Okay. You reached for that. That was a bad reach. You're rarely going to get through his underhook reaching for that leg. And when you get pulled off of a single leg like this, it's actually a good setup for your throw. Okay, so when he pulls you off his leg, come up and toss him. All right, but he used it against you. He set up his throw, pulling you off his leg. Because when he pulled you off his leg, you're pressuring forward still, and he takes you for a ride. All right, so here, that's a good pause. Okay, so if your reaction time was good, you could shove your left knee up his balls, sit right on his right leg, okay, and then get chest to chest and get a reverse half, and he's done. All right, he's laying down. His underhook is loose, his left arm, super loose. It's not a good toss, okay? The only thing good about it was his timing. He timed it up while you were leaning forward, and he just took you in the direction that you were leaning. All right, the good news is this is not hard to learn to counter. It's super easy to learn. Okay, he just caught you off guard. You weren't used to wrestling somebody like that. Especially a lateral drop to the right is kind of rare. Most people do lateral drops to the left. This guy might be left-handed. All right, he tosses you over. You need to hip heist down. Pull your left leg back. Hip heist down right now before he rolls you to your back. If he keeps on driving and rolling to your back, then you got to roll hard to your right. You just got to roll through. Okay, don't stay here. You got to hip heist down, pull your left leg back, get up to your feet, even if you're twisted in half. Okay, so when you got to tell your body to shut up, we're going to twist into a weird position to get out of here. Okay, you're doing a good job bridging. Just keep bridging. He's pushing hard to flatten you back out. You need to time this up. Bridge hard to the left, and then all of a sudden rock hard to your right and carry his momentum over with the roll. It's not easy. You got to be explosive, got to be fast, and the timing's got to be good. You're in a bad position. This is bad positions are hard to get out of. All right, so you're fighting hard here, bridging to your left. You're setting up your roll to the right now. All right, you're kind of playing possum. You're like, oh, you got me, you got me. Just kidding. Explode to the right when you feel like he least expects it. All right, don't just keep driving to the left forever. Because what's he going to do? He's just going to keep pushing to the right forever. Once you have him pushing hard to the right, then explode to the right. Roll hard right. Okay. Get that arm around his head, in front of his face right now. Turn. You got to go noodle with that arm. As long as it's on top of his head, you can't get it through. You get it in front of his face, you've got it through. You'll belly down. There you go, right there. Okay, and your belly down. Now when he's got an arm bar, as soon as he gets that arm bar, sit out to your left and stand up. Get to your feet. Get to your feet. Get to your feet. Don't let him run that arm bar while you're belly down. Stand up with it. Even if he still has the arm bar while you're standing up, it's a way better position than an arm bar while you're on your belly. Okay? Did a good job getting back to your knees. Starting to get to your feet there. You got to be more explosive though. Just pop to your feet like we do burpees. All right, pop that leg out. Get that chop arm. Isolate the chop arm. Good stand up. You're leaning forward too much. He's just going to run you right out of bounds here. You got to get some more back pressure. Stay in the little circle. See how he's walking you forward? If he needs to, he can just run you out of bounds right now. Which apparently he didn't think he needed to. All right, he's up 5-0. Not too worried about protecting his score. Now this is sloppy. He's going right to his butt. Okay? You need to be a demon with your hip heights. Okay? Flip those hips hard. Maybe even, you know, accidentally clip them in the face with your elbow on the way through. All right? If somebody's flopping down like this onto their butt and their back, you just need to be an athlete. You need to flip those hips. Okay, that's why we do the bridge flip drill. That's why we work on having fast hips when it comes to just flipping directions. The wrestler with the fastest hips usually wins. Okay, that's a strong correlation. You can predict who the winner is going to be if you know who has the faster hips. All right, now right here you got to rotate hard to the left or to the right. Okay, pull your right leg through his armpit, his left armpit, hip heist, and just finish on top. He is on his freaking back. You need to rotate hard to the right, hip heist. Don't keep going that direction. Okay? And as soon as you're on the mat, pop back up. It should be instant, like a bouncy ball, like a rubber bouncy ball. He's not holding you down. He's not in a good enough position right now to hold you down. Sit out, stand up, switch, standing switch, keep moving. Okay, too much time down right now already. He's not even on you. There's too much space. Like there's nothing holding you. You should be a coiled spring. If he relieves any pressure, he gives you any space, the spring explodes. It's like a coiled spring underneath a block. You take the block off the coiled spring, the spring explodes. Okay, there has to be faster reaction time here. Okay, not necessarily the plan I would do. This could work. You might be able to shake them off. Up, 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 up. Leaning forward again. Did it work last time? Did not work last time. All right, you need to sit down a little more, get more back pressure, make him eat your back. Break his jaw with your back. There we go. Good. Kind of let you go there, to be honest. This guy's got pretty good experience. All right, why go into this game again? Don't do this. Okay. He wants tie-ups. He needs tie-ups to throw. Okay. Fake the tie-up. Smack him in the head and shoot. This is not a winning game for you. Head to head, leaning on him. That's his environment. That's what he wants. He's doing it again. He's got the same exact overhook. He's going to lateral drop to the right. And you got the same exact underhook. You got good head position. This would technically not be a bad position for you if you were going to hit something off of it. Okay, you need to do a slide by. You could do an ankle pick, knee pick, reach for that right leg. Your right, his left leg, the one without the red knee sleeve. This foot right here. Grab this ankle. Get low. All right, throwers like it when the match is high, when both wrestlers are standing. All right, get in a low wrestling stance, pull him down, hard pressure on that shoulder. He likes how high that shoulder is. Pull down hard on it and look for that ankle pick, knee pick. He keeps this leg too far back to really do much with it. All right, you could hit a slide by if he leans into you enough, if he can set it up. All right, so let's do something. Let's do something. Pull him down. Put pressure. If you pull down on that shoulder, it puts pressure on this foot. This foot can't move that well. Pull down on the shoulder. Go for that ankle. You try to slide by. Like I said, I didn't think it would work because he's not. He's his mind is on it. He's thinking about it. He doesn't want to give you the slide by. Might not be thinking about defense for that ankle pick. This means he's thinking about it. He don't want you to have a slide by. He's got that leg back. And he's thinking about his lateral drop. He's just waiting until he feels good enough pressure to hit it. You push forward just a little harder, and he's gonna hit this. Good shot. I like it. Go hard. Timed it up badly when you're on the edge of the mat, so you're probably gonna get called out of bounds. Yep. You do that in the center of the mat, you probably have him. All right, don't tie up. Don't tie up. No, don't do it again. Stay out of the tie up. Snap the head, smack the head, set up your shot. 20 shots. Shoot over and over again. Oh, there it is again. Okay. Let's see if you gave him the same exact thing. You gotta adapt as the match goes on. As you feel the guy out, you have to adapt. You can't be on autopilot all the time. You gotta make a couple conscious decisions throughout the wrestling match. Okay, keep this decision making tree simple, but you do have to make a couple. All right. There's a dichotomy, duality. You want to of wrestling with too much mind and not enough. Okay, got to make some strategic decisions, but when you hit moves, when you defend, you just got to let your training take over. You hit a double leg, don't think about the double leg all the way through. You know how to hit a double leg, just hit the double leg full send. Okay, we're not thinking about segments of each move, but we are thinking about large strategic ideas. Not letting him have the tie up he wants is a large strategic idea. You need to think about those things in the middle of a match. All right, thinking about how to execute a double leg, those are things you don't need to think about. Don't think about those details. Technique details, throw those out the window. Let your training take over. large strategic ideas, you got to think about those. Okay. Again, lateral drop. And now, like I said before, right now, if your reaction time was good, you would drop down, drive your leg up his balls, your left leg, get low, slam your hips into his hips, your chest into his chest. You just drop. Bend your knees, drop all your weight quickly, land right on top of him, and sink a reverse half, most likely, and win the day. Okay? But here, there's no reaction time. You just go over. You feel that coming? Drop. You actually had plenty of time. I'm gonna bust you out on that. Right now, it wasn't lightning quick. It was smooth. He timed it up well, but you had reaction time and you had space. He gives you a lot of space. This is actually pretty scary. If I was his coach, this would terrify me every time he did it. Okay, because a high level prepared wrestler is gonna drop on him and pin him right there. Not good. And if you hip heist real quick, if you can turn your hips to the left and counter this momentum, you could still get on him. Okay. Now here you gotta get violent with your fight here. Terrible position requires a terrible amount of effort. You gotta fight. Take that right arm, punch between your heads, drive it right between your between your heads, right in front of his face, and rotate left as hard as you can, and get belly down. You go hard right, and then all of a sudden come back hard left, and basically punch him in the face. Drive that hand between your heads, right across his face. Make him eat your forearm, eat your elbow. Don't be nice with it. Okay, violently get through there. There's not a whole lot of finessing technique you can do in this situation because you're in such a bad position. Okay, rock hard right, and then punch hard left. Okay, he's got your left arm trapped, so and he's got your right arm. Well, he's got this your left, his right arm. He's got that trapped, but he's got the left arm trapped too. So it's that arm is really keeping you from going right. All right. Now, before he steps over, rock hard to left, punch right through his face. So this is no good. Once he gets the mount, that's the worst position to be in. That's the hardest position to get unpinned from. All right. Just got ambushed by the tosses. The moral of that story is strategic decisions. Don't give them the tie-ups they want, especially after the first time you get tossed. He's like, okay, he's got that in his back pocket. Now you got to fake the tie-ups, go in like you're going to give it to him again, and then just bash him and go, like we've talked about before. You have to force your game. Once you play the other wrestler's game, you're in a dark hole. That's a hard one to get out of. You can't let them drag them into their game.